All right, my friends, I have a very exciting announcement for you. This next Wednesday, that is September 22nd at 7 p.m. Eastern, I am going to be presenting a training. It's a free live training on referral systems. Okay, how to orchestrate referrals instead of waiting for them to come. And I'm doing this in partnership with Benco Dental. And again, it's next Wednesday, September 22nd, 7 p.m. Eastern. I will post a link to register in the show notes. But we are going to be diving into, I'm going to start off with a case study for a dental office that generated 584 referrals in just 12 months. 584 referrals in just 1 year. And then we're going to break that down a little bit and understand, dive into the psychology behind why people refer, how a referral system increases your opportunities for new patients, and then end with 9 strategies that you can copy and paste basically into your practice. But it's going to be a lot of fun. We've got a lot of great information in there. There's a lot of things that practices are getting wrong. We dive into what those look like. There's a couple of different things that a lot of practices fall victim to, and we're gonna jump into that and discuss why that is, and then we're gonna go through exactly what this practice decided to do and how they really transformed their practice, no formalized referral system before, into this referral orchestration mentality for the entire team. Very, very cool. And that is something that all practices have access to and really, frankly, should be doing. And so we go through a number of different steps. There's 5 steps that I share with you that we'll go through individually. So it's going to be on Zoom. It's going to be, I'm going to show visuals. I'll have slides and we'll be talking. And then I believe there's going to be some Q&A at the end. But again, very excited to do this, team up with Benco and provide this training because it's something that a lot of practices want. The referrals is something that, if all practices, if practices would love to do this one thing, if they could increase their referrals from patients, that would be, they would just be knocking it out of the park, and that would be so important to them. And that's good. There's good reason for that too, because referrals, as we all know, they're in a league of their own. And I talk about this in the training. I'm going to talk about this and how much more superior a referred patient is than just someone who comes in off of a Google ad, for example. They are so much more likely to convert into new patients, to negotiate or haggle less over price. They are going to have a greater amount of trust in you and your abilities, and which is going to lead to a greater case acceptance more easily, and more often. They are going to also, they tend to refer more people to your practice. They are generally less to acquire. They cost less to acquire as a new patient than non-referred patients, and they typically remain patients longer. So it's no question why referrals are gold, when it comes to new patients. And so we are going to really dissect this and look at this very closely on how to create your own referral system or systems. And that's what's so neat, is that it doesn't take a whole lot. It just takes some thoughtfulness, some strategy, some assignments and execution. So it's going to be a fun training. Plan on about an hour, again, from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern time. And that is next Wednesday evening, September 22nd. Okay, again, I'll post a link to the sign up form, to the registration page in the show notes for this podcast episode, but would love to have you join me there. And again, feel free to shoot me some of your questions beforehand. I'd love to know what challenges that you are facing when it comes to referrals, how to get team members involved, things like that. We will probably be covering all those, but it's also good to hear from you guys. So feel free to shoot me an email. That is mark@practicerocket.net. And again, looking forward to seeing you next Wednesday. Almost said Tuesday. Next Wednesday, September 22nd at 7 p.m. All right, you guys, I have another episode coming up for you real soon. So sit tight, and we'll see you soon.